Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGD Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence up with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. Salute to everybody for tapping on in, man. Y'all press 2 in the comment section. Press 2 as y'all come on in here, man. And we going to get right to it if y'all can hear me. Let me get a mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Press 2 if y'all can hear me. ¿Cómo tú quieres? No importa, yo lo como.
¿Para qué?
Tú tengo por ahí, tú tengo todo. No, no. All right, I got you. No doubt. I'll be telling you, I'll be talking to you. Yeah, I'm on live. All right, dog. Hey, baby. Yeah, I want that right there. See, that right there. All right. My bad, y'all. So, you said you speak Spanish. Man, I speak 5 languages. I speak 5 languages, bro. English, Spanish, Arabic, French. English, Spanish, Arabic, French, and Creole. Yeah, I speak 5 languages. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to know what I'm talking about. Let me get back to what I was saying. My bad. So, let me get this to y'all, right? So, basically, Diddy, God, man, this dude, I can understand because his life is on the line, so he gonna do whatever he gotta do. But I told you guys in a video earlier today, and let me start with that. His situation has gotten real bad, bro. And people are trying to spin this, and it's disgusting. Let me start back on here, and I'm gonna get to what we talking about tonight. He hired this woman. And I told you guys in the early video, people don't know what the hell is going on. And let me say this to y'all. Diddy's case is based off of he is a black man that is being targeted by the white system. That's what his case is on. They're trying to bring down a rich black man for sex crimes he did not commit. That's Diddy's argument. The problem is that Diddy, only black lawyer he had, quit. Anthony Rico. All his other lawyers were non-black. The one black lawyer he had, Anthony Rico, quit. One of his lawyers, or his advisors, let me say, Mr. Gregoros, went on TMZ and basically referred to the prosecution as a 6-pack of basically white women because they have white women on the prosecution that's going against Diddy, right? He forgot to say that he had all white people on Diddy's defense. His own lawyer is pointing out the prosecution got a 6-pack full of white women, and Diddy had all white people defending him until last night. Diddy wanted to get a black woman to come defend him. Diddy thinks he's smart, but he ain't smart enough. He thinks that because he got this black woman who was a victim of sexual assault to come represent him, that everybody's gonna know her story. We're all gonna say, hey man, she was sexually assaulted. They gotta believe Diddy, man. How is she gonna believe Diddy when she's sexually assaulted? She believe him. No, fool. No. I pity the fools. See, Diddy's defense is they're trying to tear down a famous rich black entertainer and man. Why in the blue hell do you go hire this woman who tried to sue, or who didn't even try? She did sue one of the biggest black music groups in the history of the industry, Cash Money Records. And I showed y'all the paperwork. You know I got the paperwork. It's right here. Now, she had a situation where she was violated. The man who violated her, he ended up getting charged, and he ended up with a guilty plea on a certain charge, right? It wasn't Birdman or Slim. But what did she do? She went and sued Birdman and Slim and tried to hold them accountable for what happened to her when they didn't even own the premises that they were on. And they couldn't control the guy who did it, what he did to her. They couldn't control him. They wasn't around to control and police him like that. But she nevertheless tried to sue this rich black man. But guess what? Diddy's so unsmart that he tried to show everybody, hey, I got this girl. She's the victim of SA. She represented me. So the fact that she believed, no, she's getting a check because you out here paying. You got 8 lawyers. You're paying. You understand what I'm saying? Think about this, y'all. And he wants people to think that, hey, man, I can't buy myself out of the situation. Man, got 8 lawyers. Let's go back to this. They're going to eat Diddy ass alive on that stand, because look at what I just said right here. Your defense is they're trying to tear down a black man. They're going to say, bro, why in the blue hell did you hire a black lawyer that tried to sue and tear down black men? And when she went to sue Cash Money Records, Birdman and Slim, she lost in court. She lost. Then she appealed and she lost again. Now, I have the pictures of when she was testifying, but I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to do that. This was before she became a lawyer. So Diddy didn't think this all the way through, because his defense is they're trying to tear black men down and target black men when his own lawyer that he just hired tried to take down Cash Money Records in this lawsuit. These are all facts. Got a paperwork right here in front of you. But Diddy gets even worse news today from the rafters. This is for all the people that's capping. Let me go to this first. This right here. Oh, everybody's wondering whose names are on that list and what are they going to say? Well, word on the street is that not Michael Jeffrey Jordan, but Michael B. Jordan name may have to come up, and probably will come up in this case, because he may have been threatened over their dating Cassie. Oh, it's true. Oh, yes, it's true. He might be called up because of this. But it gets worse, right? Because they better hope and pray that what just happened tonight, see, this right here, shout out to the UK Daily Mail. If you know anything about the UK, those UK reporters are relentless. They don't stop. They don't stop. The UK reporters, I found this out about the United Kingdom reporters. They are relentless and they come with receipts and they not playing. There was a guy, and everybody pretty much has heard about this, probably. Or you didn't, you're going to hear about it right now. There was a guy who did some things at a Trump hotel that he is in prison for right now. And you can tell his mind was out of here. It's gone. There was a video that went viral on YouTube a while back, a few years ago. A video went viral. But the video, everybody just let it go because nothing came of it. Now, the girl, Kadisha Lynn, salute to her, she did a video about this today. This guy had been in jail waiting on a court date for years. For some reason, his court date continued to get pushed back. And you know what happened today? He was supposed to be in court today for that crime. But you know what happened? Today, suddenly out of the blue, his court date got pushed back again. Now has everybody thinking, why are they delaying his court date? Why? One thing about interrogations, in interrogations, they do videos. And in this interrogation that everybody remembers, he said a lot of things off the cuff that wasn't even about his situation. And I think that that video that is up and went viral, I believe that that video was not only used by the feds, I believe that his claims were investigated from that video. I truly believe that we're going to see that his claims not only were investigated, but on the 12th of May, when this trial starts, again, his case got pushed back today. Why hasn't this dude gotten a court date for his case locked down? It keeps getting pushed back. It's been pushed back multiple times. Now it was pushed back conveniently for when this trial is supposed to be over with. Oh, it's true. Oh, yes, it's true. Now, this guy made a lot of admissions, but he said some things off the cuff in this interview, and they went back. I believe the feds went back. And I told you, I think the feds have done deep investigations and people have not seen a lot of the things. And when you see all of the celebrities that are going to be mentioned in court, whether it's good or bad, or they had something done to them, or they witnessed something, or they were a part of something, I think it's going to be explosive. And I think people don't know what they're in for. I think you're going to see the ether napalm bomb drop. Because the feds, and let me say this to everybody, there was a misconception going around social media that they couldn't hack your iPhone and couldn't get into your iCloud. That was a lie. Diddy's lawyers admitted in paperwork that the feds got into his iCloud and got all of his information. You had better hope that if you talk to Diddy, you didn't say anything crazy in text or on the line, because the feds saw all of those messages. See, sometimes when you send messages and you talk to people, you never think that this person is going to be investigated, this, that, and the third, and you never know if the feds have begun an investigation into you. But now today, This guy's estranged wife, Jonathan Oddi, his estranged wife has come out with receipts. Now, according to this report, I have the Daily Mail, and I'm going to read this to you guys. And I'm going to read the other report. This has to be Shaking Diddy, because this guy on your screen, he was a self-admitted sex worker. He claimed that he worked for Diddy and that he was a sex worker and had sex with Cassie. Cassie's going to be in court, and they may corroborate evidence, his story, along with Cassie. And this is not that same time. This is a whole different time. But let's get to this. It says no one believed Jonathan Oddi when he bizarrely told the Florida cops that he was Sean Diddy Combs' sex slave in 2018. But after an exclusive story from the Daily Mail this week, Jonathan Oddi is finally getting his vindication, according to his estranged wife. This 100% gives a lot of truth and legitimacy to everything he was speaking about, said Oddi's former wife, Tanya Troutwine. It definitely confirms the relationship and closeness between them. Jonathan was a smart guy, she said, and would have picked up on things. And the fact that P. Diddy even signed an agreement with him and didn't just write him off tells me that P. Diddy had some level of respect for him. Now, they say Oddi is no hero. In May of 2018, he opened in the Trump Doral Miami hotel. He was taken down by police and then interrogated about his motives. It was then that he revealed his links to Sean Diddy Combs and his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, who is expected to testify at his sex trafficking trial. He says, and I quote, "I had sex with Cassie Ventura and Diddy." Basically, he would choke his chicken, for lack of better words if you have kids listening, and tell me what to do to Cassie. I was like a sex slave, he told then in 2018, the police in interrogation. For them, that's what I was. A depleted Oddi told the police after being arrested following out at the Florida hotel. The Daily Mail confirmed that Oddi did know Diddy and was guarding a secret so scandalous that Diddy asked him to sign an NDA agreement to protect it. Jury selection is on the way, but let's get a little bit deeper. See that picture right there? And on the bottom it says that Oddi claims he was a sex slave for Diddy and was forced by Diddy into acts with his ex Cassie Ventura. Ticket receipts. So let's get into the receipts. Let's get into that article about the receipts. And so, the receipts, right? The agreement is dated 2014, 4 years before the incident at the Trump Doral, and 10 years before Diddy's life came crashing down with a federal indictment for sex trafficking. Oddi told the police in Doral, Florida, that he had signed the document in exchange for $5 million. They thought Oddi was a damn fool and a liar. Today, from the rafters, came this. Oddi told the police in Doral, Florida, that he signed the document, the NDA, in exchange for $5 million from Diddy. And quote, he said, "He's scared. I will expose him," he said of the rapper. "My settlement put me in a box. Basically, I couldn't talk because I was gonna be sued. They kept following me," he said. He also claimed to have turned over a tape to Diddy's lawyer, Mark Gregoros. The contents of that tape, of that alleged tape, are unknown. Now his former wife, Tanya Troutwine, has told the Daily Mail how he unraveled after the agreement with Diddy, now on trial in Manhattan for a slew of sex trafficking crimes. In May of 2018, Mr. Oddi entered the Trump National. We already know what happened, right? Now, she says the date of that contract was around the same time as our divorce, his estranged wife said. "I almost feel like he divorced me because he came into all this money, and so I would not claim it," his ex-wife said. "But our lives were already going in different paths. I started feeling like a third wheel in someone's life rather than a wife." The pair had mostly a happy marriage, she said, between 2008 and 2014. But as Oddi became more involved in the party and corn scene, his wife says they drifted apart. What began as a job stripping at bachelorette parties turned into a more hardcore career in the corn industry. His ex-wife believes he met Diddy through that work. Although she has never met the bad boy mogul, his ex-wife says it wasn't uncommon for A-list celebrities to pick up women and men at ultra-exclusive Star Island parties in Miami Beach. Soon the time he would spend with his wife became less and less as Oddi sunk deeper into the party life. It was also around this time that he allegedly started partying with Sean Diddy Combs and Cassie Ventura. And I quote, she says, "Diddy just has those radiating personalities, and I can tell that he really enjoyed the attention, you know. He likes to be the king," she says. "Johnny would have played perfectly into that. I can see where they might have started off a friendship because Johnny would have made him feel like a king." After she found out that Jonathan Oddi was having an affair with one of his co-stars, his wife said that she decided it was time to get out of the marriage. By August of 2014, they had filed for divorce, but still remained amicable with each other, she said. And I quote, she said, "He kept insisting that we sign the divorce paperwork, which I thought was very odd, how he wanted to get things going so quickly," she said. "It was only later that I found out he had signed this agreement with Sean Diddy Combs." Smash the like button. We should have over 3,000 likes. This is easy work. A caveman can do it. In divorce documents, Oddi claimed he was making $2,000 a month as a fitness trainer. He claimed to have a net worth of negative $1,800. But less than a month after that filing, Jonathan Oddi went on a property buying spree and brought up 5 properties over a 2-month period for $765,000, according to court records. The court records indicate none of the properties were purchased with a mortgage, which suggests he paid all cash, according to a local report by NBC News. From September the 5th, 2014, and ending on October the 30th, 2014, Mr. Oddi brought 5 properties that were otherwise headed for foreclosure. The spending spree coincides with when he claims he received his NDA windfall from Diddy. All of that abruptly came to an end after Oddi stormed into President Donald Trump's National Door Golf Club and exchanged player with on May 2018. Investigators said that Oddi carried an American flag into the lobby of the Miami Golf Resort and shouted out about Trump before allegedly at office who in the legs and arrested him. The Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office filed charges of attempted and of law enforcement and armed. He is still awaiting trial and remains in Florida jail. DailyMail.com has reached out to Jonathan Oddi's attorney. His ex-wife pointed the timing of her former husband's mental breakdown was just months before Cassie ended her decade on and off again relationship with Sean Diddy Combs. His ex-wife says, I don't think it's a coincidence. So if any of this is true, that P. Diddy abused Cassie or was being aggressive, Johnny definitely would have softened that situation and would have tolerated the abuse instead. He would have tried to help the situation and not make Cassie feel bad about it, she said. His ex-wife said she has spoken to Jonathan since his arrest and believes he had a mental breakdown before he went into that Doral golf course. She says that Oddi also was surprised that his interrogation video with police has went viral in the wake of Diddy's downfall. I think he's lost his mind for sure, she said. I think he did have some issues, and at that point, he was struggling. A lot of people are able to hide mental issues, she said. Let's just say he worked out his body more than what was going on inside of his brain. We should have over 3,000 likes. We only got 871, man. Like button is free. I'm in here cooking. Bruh's barbecue style. Tastes so good, make you want to hug your mama. Cassie Ventura filed a civil lawsuit against Diddy in November of 2023, where she claimed that she was R-worded and frequently eaten by her ex during their on-again 10-year relationship. The complaint said that Diddy forced Cassie into engage in sex acts with male sex workers while choking his chicken and filming the encounters. In a superseding indictment filed last month, federal prosecutors alleged that Diddy forced and coerced his victims into freak-offs with male prostitutes. Freak-offs occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved commercial sex workers. Prosecutors wrote in a criminal complaint. Sometimes unbeknownst to the victims, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with sex workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from physical exertion and usage. Combs, who appeared in a Manhattan court this week for jury selection in this criminal case, has pled not guilty. He has vehemently denied all the charges. His defense says that the sexual encounters described by prosecutors were consensual threesomes. Ladies and gentlemen, there's the NDA right there. The alleged NDA is right there on your screen. Today he was due in court. His court date was pushed back today for the situation he has in Florida. Why is that? Why was it conveniently pushed back for when this Diddy trial is supposed to be over with? You know what I think? This is just my thinking. I think that the feds are getting ready to put on a show. And I think that a lot of shit is going to get spilled out in this trial. A lot of names are going to be said of people who are quiet right now, hiding under rocks, because they wish, they despise Diddy, and they despise the fact that they ever mixed up with that guy. They probably felt like he was a little bit on the offside anyways, but, you know, because they wanted to be cool and hang in groups. They probably wish they never hung around this guy, because now some people's names are going to get caught up in different situations, whether they witnessed, whether they were threatened, or whatever else connection they may have had to this situation. They don't know what the hell the feds know, what the hell the feds have investigated, and what the hell the feds may have coming after Diddy. Because, see, that's what nobody's talking about. Nobody's talking about, well, what did the feds find? What do we know? What are they going to say in this trial? And who else are they going to bring up in the aftermath of this trial? See, that list had 190 names on it in a lot of different places. Celebrity names. Whoa, boy. Y'all finna hear the whole meal next week. Y'all finna hear the whole meal next week. Next Monday, it is going to go down. And a lot of people that's listening are going to be shocked. And you're going to learn that shit that the homie Kwame Brown talked about, the go along, get along gang, oh, that's real. Oh, it's real. Some people are going to be shocked at people that were in these circles. Some people are going to be shocked at the things that they hear. Some people are going to be shocked at the evidence that's presented. See, let me tell y'all something. Everybody instantly criticizes the allegations against Diddy. You know why? They say, man, where's the evidence? When these damn fools, and I said it, damn fools, know that when the feds come get you with their evidence, they present the evidence not in the court of public opinion, but in the court of law. But I want y'all to think about something. It's funny how they always ask for evidence for every allegation, but they were the first mofos crying. And I'm trying to not use bad language. They were the first mofos crying, like a bunch of stripping freaks. I'm gonna change my words. When the evidence of Diddy whooping on Cassie ass hit them streets. Let me say it again. It was a whole slew of people that demonized Cassie and talked about her like a dog when she dropped that lawsuit on his ass. And people were saying she was lying and all this other shit. And guess what happened? what everybody asked for in all these other cases. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Think about the hypocrisy of all these mofos running around here. They hoot and holler about Shannon Sharp's accuser. When Shannon Sharp's accuser came out here and dropped those recordings, but they had no problem when Shannon Sharp dropped his text messages. He dropped his proof, she dropped hers. They only had a problem when she dropped hers. You think about that? They always say, man, where's the proof at, man? I want to see the proof. But when they showed you the proof with Cassie, you niggas came on here crying, talking about that proof is going to fuck up the trial. Excuse my language. But y'all want to see the proof before we go to court. Y'all want to see the evidence before we go to court. That was just before it turned to be a criminal case. See, people forgot. Cassie's video dropped. You have to remember the timeline. Cassie sues Diddy. Diddy settles one day after. After that, Diddy does not let it go. Diddy could have came out after he settled with Cassie and simply said, man, if I did anything to hurt you, I apologize. I'm not perfect. I made mistakes. I sincerely apologize. And I'm just going to move on, with my life. He didn't do that. He came out, paid her, and then said everything that she said wasn't true. He denied it. A couple days later, the video drops. But between that day and the video dropping, Cassie got demonized. You don't have to believe me. Go to YouTube. Go look on the day after Cassie filed the lawsuit. Look all over YouTube. Go back and look all over Twitter. They called Cassie a whore, a liar. They demonized her. They said she was trying to tear down a rich black man, take his money. All these different things they said. They said she was lying to destroy this man. So somebody dropped the effing video on their helmets. Oh, you want to call her a liar? Okay, let's drop this video right here. That was before the feds came and got Diddy. And everybody thought, man, that video, that's the reason why they came and got him. You damn fools. The feds didn't start investigating Diddy that quick when that trial came out. You know when I believe the feds started investigating Diddy? See that guy on your screen right there? That interview he did in 2018? When he was saying all these things? I believe they started looking at Diddy then. I believe the Cassie lawsuit and then the video accelerated and gave credence to what he said. And that's when I believe that the feds turned the heat up on this entire situation. Let me repeat myself again. That video had so many views when that man did that interview. It went viral. And all the things he was saying, he said that in an interrogation room. And I believe that was passed to the feds. And I believe the feds have been starting to investigate. When the feds investigate you, they investigate you for years. They don't just come after you for a couple of months. I think that when everybody demonized Cassie, I believe in my heart that one of Cassie's friends dropped that video to CNN. Let me repeat myself again. I believe that Cassie was getting so much disdain So much disrespect, so many threats. She was demonized so bad. I believe that one of Cassie's friends had a copy of the tape, gave it to CNN to drop that shit on Diddy and everybody else's helmet to turn the tides. And I believe when that happened, I believe that's when the feds jumped in and turned the heat up on that investigation and went and talked to Cassie. And I believe that when they talked to Cassie, they got a whole lot of information because Cassie was dating Diddy. So even though Cassie was involved in a lot of the things that happened over the years, them seeing that and Cassie showing them evidence, in my opinion, of certain things. See, Cassie being around Diddy, she knew everything. Diddy treated Cassie like, Diddy had other girlfriends, we all know this. But he treated Cassie like, yo, you my main chick right now. So Cassie seen everything. She privy to everything. She know where every safe at in the house. She know where all the blickies at. She know where all the substances at. I believe that when that tape dropped on CNN, I believe they went, pulled up Cassie. I believe they asked her about Jonathan Oddi and his allegations. I believe she confirmed those allegations. I also believe that she gave the feds the information about how Diddy moved. I believe she told the feds that you have to be diabolical with this nigga because he moved in a whole different way, which is why the feds didn't tell anybody on their task force that they were raiding Diddy's house before they raided it because they didn't want the information to get leaked to him. I believe Cassie gave them the entire layout of both of Diddy's cribs so they knew exactly where to go and what to look for. I believe that Cassie gave the feds everything. And because of that, I believe as well that you will have celebrities testifying on behalf of Cassie because I believe that you have multiple celebrities that knew about these things but themselves were in fear of what could happen to them. But I believe now, since they have seen Cassie be empowered, and I believe since that video dropped, you've seen so many celebrities stand behind Cassie and felt bad about what they saw publicly because a lot of people knew privately what was going on and said nothing. And I believe that the entire public is going to learn that that little tape y'all seen, nigga, that shit was child's play that y'all seen. Because I believe what they going to play in court, I believe some of the ass whoopings that was doled out, oh, I believe it's finna get real diabolical and real ugly. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't think Cassie's perfect. I never did. But I believe that the feds have forgiven all of Cassie's transgressions because of all the information that she gave them. So I think that many people are wrong when they think that the feds started to investigate Diddy because of that video. No. I think the feds began their investigation because of that on your screen. I believe when Cassie's video hit CNN and everybody saw how violently that ass whooping was, I believe the feds then turned it up a notch because this man said Cassie's name. And then I believe they went on to take his allegations serious and investigate thoroughly. And everybody says, well, why is it that the feds are only charging a few and they have so many people that have come forward? I think the feds only need a couple. And I think the feds are smart. I think the feds think that if by any way, shape, or form Diddy is to weasel his way out of this, they're going to go for round 2, baby, with a whole new set of accusers that ain't even going to be a part of this round. So I believe that the feds said, you know what? And how do I know that? Because in the writing, the feds said in court documents that other things that they potentially could have brought forward, they ain't even charging that stuff, things that they know about. They said that in court writings. And Diddy's lawyer said in the court writings, man, this is unfair. They know everything about this guy's life. They got all his info. The scope of their investigation, they got everything. So what Diddy wants to do is make it look like, nah, we was just in a relationship like just a man who just beat on his wife and shit. Nah, nigga. Because see, the paperwork and the other evidence, the testimony, and the fact that Cassie knew everybody that was behind the scenes over there. I think Cassie gave everybody up and made everybody have to get down or lay down. And I believe everybody chose to get down because ain't none of them people want to face that time. So when everybody comes on and says, why ain't Diddy got no co-defendants in his RICO? Because if you read the paperwork, Janet Jackass, the paperwork says that they all took proffer agreements to testify against Sean Diddy Combs. And also the paperwork said that many of these people have felonies, committed sex crimes themselves, broke the law themselves, and sex acts. Read the paperwork. It's all right there. It's all right there. The girl says, say something in Arabic, shukram. There you go right there, Shireen. You want me to say something, I said something to you. And I know you know what that means. That means thank you. So, yeah. But anyways, back to what I was saying. This situation right here, and the crazy part is going to be all the celebrities, man. So it has my mind thinking, did potentially how many people did he get into it with over Cassie? Because there was word that he was jealous of anybody that came around her. And you know, Cassie, she was looking good. So you know, celebrities wanted to holler at her. So could all these people name come up? People who was at these parties, people who were in these videos. Remember, they got all the videos. People think this shit is the game. They got the freak off videos. People can lose their marriages over this shit. Families over this shit. I don't think people really understand how real this shit about to get. Your name come up in court because you in bed and you married, it's over. These mofos, they taking half, nigga. 190 celebrities, y'all. 190 celebrities. Cassie knew the entire staff. Cassie knew how everything worked. She was there all the time with him. Think about this as everybody is in this room listening. If you're married and you have a husband or a wife, they pretty much know how you move on a day-to-day basis. So if they turn on you, ever, and they go to the cops, they can tell the cops everything about your whole setup. How you move, what you doing, where you go, what your tendencies are, how you react to certain situations. They can tell you everything. See, this is shit people not thinking about. See what I'm saying? And you have to remember what Diddy's being charged with. Diddy's facing 5 different charges. Prostitution, solicitation, prostitution, sex trafficking. He's also being charged with the RICO, racketeering. And under that racketeering, he faces life alone. Let me repeat y'all this. People keep talking about Diddy gonna walk. Nigga, that nigga facing 5 charges. If he get convicted on one, he done. Forget all the sex trafficking. Let's throw the sex trafficking out. Forget the sex trafficking, forget the prostitution, all that stuff. If he gets charged on the RICO, he's done. The racketeering. Do you know what they charged Diddy on under the racketeering? The arson. Why you think Kid Cudi's name came up? The arsons, the beatings. Remember that they had to deface guns, force, threats, all of those things. The Cassie beating is literally listed under the charge of racketeering. They literally list his beatings, and everybody says, "Oh man, that's not being charged, nigga. That is being charged. That's under the RICO charge. Open the contract. Turn to page 3, nigga. Y'all gotta open the contract on this shit. Open the indictment. When you read, you have to read the indictment. Study. Always study. Everybody study. To show thyself approved. Everybody study. To show thyself approved. In fact, let me see if I can do y'all a solid right here. Let me see if I have this indictment sitting here in my files to show y'all the indictment. To show y'all where he's being charged. They can charge those beatings under the racketeering. Diddy's facing life just for the racketeering alone. Just for the racketeering alone. That's a separate charge. The racketeering, the RICO Act. So the RICO covers the beatings, the arson, the threats, the force, the kidnapping, which is what you've seen on that videotape. That's irreputable that he tried to kidnap Cassie. All that's under the RICO. It's right there. All you got to do is go right to the original indictment. And I don't know why people don't read the indictment. Like I said, you got DJ Vlad running around here. This man act like he ain't got no common sense. I don't even know what Diddy's being charged with. Yeah, because you can't read. You have to actually read the paperwork, sir. You're sitting up here on your channel on a regular basis telling people, I don't know what Diddy's being charged with. I don't know what Diddy's being charged with. I don't know what Diddy's being. You sound like a parrot, dog. Why don't you go read the actual indictment? And you will see it. It lays it out perfectly. It literally lays it out perfectly what Sean Diddy Combs is being charged with. It literally lays it out perfectly. Says it right there on the first page 2, page 3, and page 4 of the indictment. Says it right there. Count 1, RICO. Racketeering conspiracy. Count 1. And all you do is you go right there, right to the RICO. You go right to count 1, and you see the paperwork party where it says it right there under the count of racketeering that Diddy is being charged. It says it right there, charged. Charged. So we're not going to put no cap. Sitting up there telling all your guests, hey man, cause see, I mean, I've never heard of a one-man RICO before, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, man. Guy's a weirdo, man. And you lead people down the path of damnation with those lies, brother. So why don't you just tell the truth? And just say that, you know, you a gatekeeper, allegedly. Just say that. Say you want to be that. I ain't going to say that. Just say you want to be that. You want to be a gatekeeper and a voice in the black community. Because you always interjecting yourself in the black community. So just say that. Buster. DJ Vlad is a buster. Straight up, he's a buster. Point blank period. He's a buster. Point blank period. sit up here telling them, sitting up here acting like he don't know. And some people, they truly don't know because some people, they didn't read the indictment, so they don't know how to break down and read that indictment. But it's right there. It's right there. All in the paperwork. So as I was telling everybody, if you just take a little bit of time, just everybody just individually listening to this video, sometimes you should just go yourself. Yourself. You should go yourself and read paperwork and say, let me read these filings myself. And it helps educate you on many things around the case. And so you know what's going on. Because I'm going to say this again. If you're not reading the filings on a day-to-day basis, if you're not reading those filings, you're not going to know what the hell's going on. I'm just being honest with everybody listening to this video. I'm being honest. Right? Let me put this on the screen. I think this is it right here. Hold on. Is this it? I think this is it. Hold on, y'all. I think this is it. Let me see. I believe this is it. Let me see if this is it. I believe this is it, y'all. I think I have it right here. Hold on. I think I have it right here. Let me make sure this is right. And I want to show y'all this before I leave. Because everybody should be educated properly on what the hell is going on. Because there's a lot of misinformation that's going on out here. And I think that's why people are confused, because people are giving out misinformation. Lies. You understand what I'm saying? The man has 5 different counts against him. But the racketeering, again, like I said, he facing life just off that. Nothing else but the racketeering. He facing life. So if he gets found, let's say he gets found innocent on all the other charges and guilty on the racketeering, he facing life just for the fact racketeering. He gonna do 15 and up just because of that. Just off the RICO. Think about that. So some people thought that the RICO covered sex traffickers. No, it doesn't. That's a whole different situation. The RICO sex trafficking is a whole different charge. So I think people got to understand Diddy is facing different charges with different amounts of prison time. So if they get the feds, all they got to do is get him caught up on one of those charges. That nigga doing 15. He doing double digits. He get caught up on one of those charges. He doing football numbers. He gonna be doing damn near 2 first downs. I'm telling y'all that right now as we speak. So like I said, y'all don't have to think I'm keeping it real, but you better believe I'm known for keeping it real. And again, this is the reason why I tell y'all all the time on this channel. But let me go ahead and put this on the screen right here. I'll put this on the screen for you guys. And then we'll go ahead and get up out of here in a few minutes. But I'm gonna put this on the screen. All right. So here we go. Put this on the screen for you guys. I'm gonna show y'all right now. I believe this is it. Is this the indictment? I believe this is the indictment. Yeah, this is the indictment, I believe. Right? Oh, no. This is the opposition for renewed bail. This is the opposition. My bad, you guys. This is the opposition. Let me put the actual indictment up here. Hold on. I'm gonna put the indictment up here for y'all. I know y'all want to see it, so I'm gonna do it for y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Here it goes right here. Matter of fact, I don't even got to put the full indictment up here. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the up here for y'all. I'm gonna screenshot the pages to page 2 up here. I got it right here. I'm gonna screenshot page 2 for y'all, just so y'all can see this shit, right? Because I got it right here in front of my face right now. All right. So everybody that's wondering, yo, Ticket Man, what's going on? I'm finna show y'all right now. All right. And I'm finna show y'all where he's being charged for this shit at, right? Because it's like I said, it says it right there. Like it's literally says it right there. Um, let me yeah. All right. It says count one, and then it talks about the racketeering. Um, Here it goes right here. Okay, here we go. I got it right here. Got it right here, you guys. So let me load this up, and I'm gonna show y'all right here, and then we're gonna get out of here. Damn, I thought it was on page 3. This shit on page 2. It goes over to page 3 though. It goes over to page 3, right? So I'm gonna put this on the screen. All right. And y'all gonna see this right now. All right. So I want everybody to tap in and to really pay attention to what I'm finna show y'all. Because I'm finna school everybody that's listening to this video. Because a lot of people, like I said before, they have misinformation. The real information is right here. The devil's in the details. Like I said, if Diddy get caught up on one of these charges, he doing 15 and up. And for the racketeering, he facing life. But let's put this on the screen right here for you guys. All right. Now y'all see that on the screen, right? Now everybody sees that on the screen. This is the indictment. Right there on y'all screen, that's the indictment, right? Read what it says right there on the top of y'all screen. Right there in the black print. United States, right there, it says United States of America versus Sean Combs. Now this is the actual indictment, as y'all can see, right? Right? Sealed indictment. Read it right there on the right-hand side. Sealed indictment. Now, look right there where it says count one. Count one. Right? Count one. I want to cook. Let me cook. Let me cook tonight. Count one. Racketeering conspiracy. Somebody says, hey man, it's too small to read. Okay, well, guess what? I'll take you there. I'll make it big for you. Ain't no problem with me. Ain't no thing to it but to do it. I'll make it big for you. Whatever you want, I got it. So y'all can read it right now. You can read along with me, right? So he said it's too small for him to see. So I accommodate the brother. See, I can accommodate you, brother. There ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string from Burger King. I can accommodate you, my brother. Here you go, right here. I make it a little bigger for you. Can you see it now? Can you see it right there? Can you see it? Can you see it? Read what it says. Read what it says. Count one. Let me go ahead and show them again so they think I don't change the page. Same page. I just made it bigger right there where it says count one. Right there under them big letters, 24 CRIM 542. Read that right there. Now let's play Barney and Friends and read along. Right? Barney and Friends, right? Overview, right? For decades. No, hold. Let me. I messed up. Count one. Racketeering conspiracy. That's count one. That's what he's being charged with. Read what it says right there. The grand jury charges. That's just the racketeering right there. That's count one. Is the racketeering. Now let's read this. This is what he's been charged with under the RICO Act. Overview. Number one. The grand jury charges for decades Sean Combs, and I ain't gonna read all the nicknames, the defendant abused. So he's being charged under the RICO for abusing, threatening, and coercing women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, and they're not only telling you what they're charging him with, they're telling you how he did it. They're saying to do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, among other crimes. So this ain't even what he's being charged with in the racketeering. They're just saying among the other crimes: sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. That's all under the RICO right there. So everybody say, "Oh man, nigga, he ain't being charged." Yes, nigga. These clowns on YouTube running around here, DJ Glad and them. I don't know what Diddy's being charged with. Nigga, read the paperwork. I'm showing you right here. Count one. RICO, racketeering conspiracy. The grand jury charges, nigga. Let me read this right here, right? For decades, let's read again. Sean Combs, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his rep, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on his employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted businesses empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Number two, Sean Combs, the defendant, operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including, now let's go to page 2, Bad Boy, y'all see it right there, Enterprises, Entertainment, Comb Enterprises, and Comb Global, collectively called Comb Business. Corporate entities in the Comb business included, among other things, record labels, a recording studio, apparel line, an alcoholic spirits business, a marketing agency, and a television network and media company. Everybody gonna say, well, Ticket, I thought you said that he's being charged for the Cassie tape. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Next, number 3. At all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged. Now, this is what he's being charged with under the racketeering. This is count 1. The grand jury charges him with this. Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. He is being charged with this. It's showing you right here. Now let's keep going. The abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of his patterns of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. At times, Combs and others acting at his discretion made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to his location. Combs ensured participation from women, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them. These are all the things he's being charged with under the RICO. You see it right here under the racketeering conspiracy. Controlling their careers, leveraging financial support, and threatening to cut off the same using intimidation and violence. Diddy's being charged with all of that under the racketeering conspiracy. That's under count 1. You saw where I put it up there. Now read this next line, y'all. Oh, Ticket, but he ain't being charged with that Cassie tape. Yes, he is, punk. Line 4. Physical abuse by Sean Combs, the defendant, was recurrent and widely known. Remember I told y'all they got all these celebrities? Everybody saying, hey man, they got 190 celebrities. You know why? Because a lot of the celebrities were witnessing this man beat on these people's asses. Read what it says right here on page 4. Y'all didn't even read the indictment because y'all don't know. Y'all gonna find out next week. Physical abuse by Sean Combs, the defendant, was recurrent, widely known. On numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years, Diddy Combs was assaulted women by, among other things, kicking, striking, punching, dragging, and throwing objects at and kicking them. These assaults were at times witnessed by others and included one instance. This is where the Cassie tape is being charged with, everybody. Witnessed by others and included one instance at the Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. That's Cassie. When a member of the hotel staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. It's over with. He's being charged with the Cassie beating the kidnapping, and all that other shit y'all seen in the video under the RICO, nigga. He's facing life for that. Combs' violence was not also limited to these women. It extended to his employees, witnesses, to his abuse, and others. I told y'all this. Sean Combs, the defendant, used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex. Those employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors and other close associates, acted as Combs' intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business. Ticket. How they gonna prove kidnapping? Oh, the tape. The tape shows that he beat Cassie up and stopped her from leaving. That's kidnapping. Ticket. How they gonna prove the bribery underneath the racketeering? Oh, they're just gonna bring the guy in the court that bought the tape for Cassie. That brought the tape. Excuse me, the guy under the court that Diddy tried to pay off for the tape and had the copies of the tape and gave a copy of the tape to Cassie. Oh, I'm cooking. It's right there on your screen. The beatings. Ticket. How they gonna prove the arson? You heard Kid Cudi's name come up. Call Kid Cudi in the court and have him testify and pull up the police report and the fire department's report. Well, they've already put in the paperwork that was an arson. And have Kid Cudi come in there and testify in front of the court. You think I'm capping, nigga? No, I was never capping. I read the effing paperwork. Read right there. Count 1, racketeering conspiracy. The grand jury charges. So DJ Vlad, the next time you make a video, chump, and you say, I don't know what Diddy's being charged with. Yes, you do, you damn fool. And when you say, I don't know why, I don't understand. They say it's a conspiracy, but he doesn't have any co-defendants. Because they also said in other paperwork that all of his co-defendants took proffer agreements. That means plea deals. They all took plea deals to testify against Diddy. That's why he doesn't have nobody standing up there with him, because wasn't nobody stupid enough to stand up there with his ass. So when you go to court next week, you're going to see all these people testifying against Diddy, all those people that work with Diddy, all these people that testified against Diddy. It's over with. And everybody, y'all, here's the part that they didn't tell y'all that the feds know about. Diddy whooped Cassie's ass before she left the room. The feds said in the paperwork, in the filings that was just put out, that Diddy whooped Cassie's ass before she even came out the hotel room. Cassie was getting a vicious ass whooping, according to the feds, in the room where the sex worker was at. And the feds have the sex worker that's going to testify in court. So she got her ass whooped in the room, left the room, and got her ass whooped in the hallway. Y'all didn't know that? Read the paperwork. It's all in the new paperwork. But see, these people, they're not going to go read the hundreds of pages of evidence that have already been presented out there. They're just going to come on YouTube. This is what I'm going to tell y'all they're going to do. They're going to look like Bookman on the right-hand side of your screen. And they're going to talk a bunch of gibberish with they hateful asses. And I'm waiting for the smoke because I got a whole infantry. If nigga want any fire with me, nigga, because I kept receipts. So like I said before, before you come around here effing with a real cane, you need to think about what that's going to entail. So as I said to y'all, for you guys who don't know, if you don't know, now you know. Like, share, subscribe, man. And I need y'all to do one other thing. I need y'all to do one other thing for your boy. Just one other thing for your boy. One other thing for your boy I need y'all to do. You understand what I'm saying? Just one other thing. And that is I need y'all to pull up on y'all boy right now, right? I'm finna show y'all this. I need y'all to do this, right? I need y'all to do this. I need everybody that's in the comment section. That just the people that rock with me. I don't even care about the ones that don't rock with me, because it's people that's not gonna rock with you regardless. So it is what it is. First of all, y'all ain't subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If y'all ain't like, hit the like button, right? But I want to say this to y'all right here, right? I want y'all to do this, right? I'm gonna put this link in the comment section, right? And I want y'all to put this. I want y'all to right there. See that link I just put in there? I want everybody to click on that link right now and go subscribe to my other channel. Y'all make sure y'all do that. We got 3,200 people in here, and we should have over 3,000 likes. Make sure y'all click that link and go subscribe to my other channel, you guys. I believe that investigation started with him. Let me say it again. I believe that investigation started with him on y'all screen. That's when I believe they started investigating Diddy. I believe when the Cassie tape came out is when they turned it up a whole nother notch and went and scooped it, went and really did deep investigations. And then a couple months later, when they got him. That's exactly what I believe. And I will be going on my other channel to talk about the next game. I have multiple channels. I'll be going on my other channel called Ticket TV live streams to talk about the next game. So salute everybody. This is easy work, man. And again, next week in court, all these people that's been jockstrapped, booty hole sniffing for P. Diddy, I want them to keep that same energy when they bring this shit up in court. All this devilish things that's been going on, and they show evidence. I want people to keep that same energy. I'm gone. All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym. Work out, exercise, and do what you got to do. Stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.